worst round differential in the pool. So this is a really good pick from Eros. We'll see if they can capitalize.
Capitalize indeed. Pressure going to be on in a big way for both teams. Even though it's early, this is one of those matchups where you know you should be able to take it. You know you should be ready. And they're going to be on into the action. Oh, we got someone with a little Hawaiian shirt on. Rocking the Hawaiian shirt. Feeling fresh. Is omniscient. It's not even fresh. He was feeling fresh. It's omniscient. Player models enabled. Getting on into the fun, in towards the apartments, and we've got a crossfire here towards top mid, John. They are ready for some sort of A play, and it does seem that's the way that Eros is going to very heavily lean.
Yeah, Eros. They've got the utility coming through. Jason peeks out. He gets the opening frag on Shoutout, and Cryptic is going to look for a follow-up here as well, and he won't find it just yet. In fact, takes a bullet right to the dome. Beaky coming to support from mid, and he does manage to get the response over on Cryptic to make it a 4v4. Limitless are going to have to give it the bomb plant. Now Eros are trying to farm the frags, and they do. Beaky and Freshy get a couple. Beaky with another one to his name. That's a 3-piece on the round, and Umar's out in the open and exposed towards apartments. This round should be done and dusted because Eros has the positioning, and they have the time on their side.
Umar clutch. He's not going to attempt it. Umar doesn't fancy his chances. He's getting the heck out of dodge. He's going to pick back in for one more. It's the worst of both worlds, John. He wants the fight, but also the save. And he will have neither. He will have neither. Remember, folks, if you're going to save, save. If you're not going to save, I mean, it doesn't make a huge amount of difference. It's just, it's that temptation, right? It's that just sweet nectar on the flower, trying to lure them back in for one more kill, and then boom, it was a Venus flytrap the whole time.
Well, Eros, I mean, they're going to build off of that bomb plant and around victory with 3 Galils and 2 MAC-10s. Over on the Limitless side, it's Deagles across the board. They're forcing up. They're trying to get themselves back on, or I should say on the board for the first time here on Inferno. Shoutout waiting, watching mid. If Limitless decide to push here, he will be able to get that frag. But Cryptic, I do believe, is already out towards mid. No, excuse me, he's in Boiler.
Kind of the same trap that Limitless is trying to spring here, right?
Yep.
I mean, there's that guy in Boiler, but otherwise that was the exact same pistol round. So, see if it works this time. Doesn't look like it will. Arrow's starting to exert some pressure over towards B, and they're just gonna have to deal with A. We'll see if A can make them say A. All right, I'll stop now. That's enough.
All right, well, Eros is going to try charging into this B site here, and it will be free and clear for the taking because Limitless were gambling that Eros was going to go towards A. A is going to try and spam through the smoke with that Deagle. Doesn't connect on anything. I think Beaky spotted out Umar. He has. There we go. There's one. Probably a second going to come through here if he continues to spam on forward. And, well, not yet, but 5v4, Limitless on the outside looking in. And they're probably just going to want to save these Deagles and the armor into the next round. They are fighting a little bit, but there they go, Mike.
Well, we're on the same strat 2 times in a row with the exact same success rate. It's fine. It's fine. It's a reasonable strat to run, especially in a deco. Just hope they do have a couple more pages in that playbook. It's early days, though. It's early days. Consti's flippers hanging off his belt.
So, Eros not too fussed at all, Mike. Good job reading what Limitless was doing and then just backing off it and getting that bomb planted. It's going to be the Deagles coming through once more for Limitless, the one saved from the previous round, and Umar does invest into a P250. This time they're not stacking the A side. They got 3 players there and 2 over at B. A little bit of utility to work with to toss down Banana. but they're saving it. They want to wait until Eros push up a little bit further to try and get some nade damage done and perhaps even find a frag.
Pin pole? Pin pole? No, trust the pin. Trust the pin pole. Yeah, those aren't going to do anything. Yeah, they didn't trust their instincts to check it over the wall, so then by the time they throw it, it's very easily avoidable. So nothing out of those two HEs, really. Not going to be much there for Limitless. Not a good feel for the utility on Banana just yet. They were hesitant. I understand. They're hesitant. Oh, excuse me there. They were hesitant. They really wanted to make sure the nades mattered, and in waiting so long, they didn't. So now, is he going to push that smoke, or is he just playing on the edge of it? Edge of it for now, it seems. I'll wait with a re-smoke. Very early deploy on that re-smoke. That was... I think it would have been up for a lot longer. But it's going to be B-Key pushing the edge of this. Might get caught by the Deagles as he comes through. It seems like he wants to right up against it. A's going to try and pull a cheeky play here, and Consti getting one makes that a lot easier, but the trades are there. So damage done. Problem is, a retake is not exactly an appetizing prospect with what they've got to work with, which is to say, not much. So this bomb should be very defensible for the Eros players, but we'll see if they overplay their hand, if they maybe make some errors and give some easy fights over to the pistol players. That's the only way this could fall apart. Freshie, though, takes the first to make this a bit more secure. And Cryptic's trying to duel with that Deagle. Gives him something at the very least, but it's clean so far. Cryptic making some damage, making them bleed. Only so much. 1 kill found, 4 kills for Freshie, 1 HP to limp on through, and he has 5-0 to start off the map. That's a nice way to get going.
Oh, absolutely. Freshie still not dying in those first 3 rounds. And of course, Eros getting a chance to build up their economy because they were carrying a lot of those rifles on forward from their first buy up in round number 2. Now Limitless are going to have the A1Ss across the board, and Umar with the big green. Let's see if he can make some noise here for his squad last season. Well, maybe we'll get back to that in a minute. Maybe some engagements coming through. No, looks like they're going to slow it up a little bit. Umar does get tagged down to 15 HP, so he's going to back off of that peak towards mid. But yeah, last season, Umar had 307 frags, top of his team, and 21 3-kill plus rounds. That's 23 Ks and 1 4K.
Would be nice to see it again. They certainly do need a spark. It's been slow going early on, but it is very early, so tough to judge. Tough to get much of a sense of it. This is very much a default setup. Very default. Got Umar scoped in on the corner. Player in the cubby to play off of him, perhaps. There's a little something to work with if they chase the AWP. This B setup, coffins cross. It's the classic. It's the classic, but it's the classic for a reason, so we'll see how it plays. They've only got 1 smoke remaining, and it is on this site, so Consti might need to have that in hand. Gonna do so. He's gonna go for it, but they're already past. They're already past, and they've got the kill. The second player's there, but no! Freshie gets it. Trades out JT. They've got the site, and this, frankly, should probably be a save. Cryptic's gonna try his luck. With nothing given over, you can see his teammates aren't moving a muscle to come to support, and Cryptic's gonna be called back. The hounds are off. Arrows have taken another round.
Yeah, I mean, at that point, because Umar gets tagged at the beginning of the round, down to 15 HP, going for a retake after losing the B site in that fashion is not an appetizing prospect, and that's why he didn't move muscle. I think it was also Jason just hanging back. So Cryptic, of course, will retreat as well, and Eros will carry forward another round victory here, going up 4-0.
Well, I think right now Eros have discovered a weakness, right? They've discovered a pressure point. The pressure point is B.
Yeah.
We're playing a pretty straightforward setup from Eros, from Limitless. Very straightforward. The classic 2 guys on B, 1 guy playing cross, 1 guy playing cover. We'll see if they change it up here. Maybe bring some more presence. Okay, a 3rd player is floating over initially. I like to see that. It's not going to be the op, so they're not going to go for an aggressive op pick. They are going to exert a ton of utility, but here's the change-up pitch thrown from Eros. They're hitting the accelerator. They're going fast towards A. This has been red. The spam comes through from Jason, and he'll connect on 2. Ooh. He was blind at the beginning, must have heard a footstep, and he's going to get a 3rd as well. Jason just tearing them apart in the apartments, shredding them. And he might have just stopped this round all on his own. What a play from Jason. A little bit of providence helping him through there on that initial pick, but the rest was great. And now they've got the bomb as well. Beaky's just forced to back away. Backing away. He might even save this. I think he's probably going to try and do some damage on the flanks, but he's, I mean, what do you do when you're the last guy alive and there's still a minute on the clock?
Well, you befriend some chickens, as you just did. Because there's nothing much you can do in this round. I mean, look, good job by Jason. Great timing on the push into the apartment, especially through the smoke to find the third. And he has that clutch potential. Had 16 3-kill-plus rounds last season, and you're seeing why. He really is quite explosive for the squad. So Limitless, well, with the bomb control and everything, along with the fact that Beaky wants nothing to do with this, they are going to find their first round victory and at least crack themselves onto the board thanks to a great individual effort from Jason.
It's crazy to me. They're so concerned about the hunt, right? Like, I mean, I get it. They don't have much to gain. I actually like it, but it's unusual, to be quite frank, for a team to just now start to look to see if they're going to get a fight. Just now poke around, and you know what? They're not. They're going to withdraw. I love that. I love that patience. I love that discipline to not go straight into it. So let's see if they can build. That was a fantastic round for Jason. I will say a little improbable, but sometimes you just need one of those improbable rounds to break for you. And then suddenly you got the spark going to light a fire. So let's see if they can build here. Let's see if they can keep the momentum up. They're going to move 3 players towards B again, maybe thinking that early pressure and that shutdown from Jason might have prompted them back through, and it's a good read. It's a good read. They got the presence. They got the pressure. This time an 8 connects. It doesn't do much, but you're starting to get a little bit of utility damage. Maybe convince the T's that they don't want to go fast at Banana every round. And Eros is still going to try and work some pressure.
They're going to boost over the smoke, I believe, to have a look and see if someone's going to push Banana. But Limitless being patient evermore, as they were at the end of the last round. It continues on over into round number 6. Umar does have a peek with the op, spots out a player, and that's going to trigger a smoke to be thrown by Eros and a flashbang as well. In fact, that flashbang was by Limitless to let Consti push out in towards Banana. He's the top frag so far in the season here for Limitless as he gets tagged down a little bit. Umar is going to lose some HP too, and Eros have made a lot of noise towards B. In fact, they've dragged another player on over, but quickly Umar is adjusting, and he's going to go back and play towards Arch side at A, Mike.
They saw so much presence, right? They saw at least 2 of those players, I think, from Eros, or Eros did when they were going for the little info hops. And so that is going to coax them back into the A site. And yeah, while Umar has rotated over, they're not going to test him towards Arch. It's just going to be a lane play. Jason once again defends from in the pit. He connects again. Jason locking things down here in defense of the site. He gets more. Jason, what is this? 4 kills to the man, and he has just demolished Eros 2 rounds in a row.
Wow, Jason with his second 4K on the season leads the team in that category, and just that's 7 frags over 2 rounds. Timeout going to be called here, I believe, by Eros to talk things over, because every time they're going to that A site, Jason is shutting them down with that AK. So, I don't know. I think they need to perhaps go back to their bread and butter. That was the B site. They backed off it there because they saw so much presence from Limitless, but still, I don't know.
I mean, it's just been one guy, right? One guy's now demolished them 2 rounds in a row. So can you even? I don't know. I don't know if there's. It's not like they've done anything wild with that A setup, right? No. I mean, before it was just that the guy caught them in halls as they tried to go for the pop in, and the flash was a little bit fumbled. And then this round, it's just demolished from the pit. So the question is, do you react to that? You don't want to overreact, certainly. They are going to try to get a little bit of presence. Early utility will coax them to hang out and see if some aggression is going to come through. It won't. At least not yet. Actually very far back to sort of the default setup. A little bit of change up there, and Umar's going to be much quicker to float on over towards B now. That's the adjustment. They're just very quick to send the rotate over, knowing that Jason has put the fear into their souls.
They still leave a lurk behind in JT Mythic, and it is just a pistol buy up into this round. The Tech 9s across the board, in fact. You'd think there'd be a quick play to open things up, but at the very least, they're going to try and be explosive. Umar catches off Freshie, peeking a little bit too far around that corner towards Banana. And now Jason spots at the lurk in JT Mythic, so Eros has to just go for this one and hope for the best. They charge into the site, and no frag coming through from Consti. He goes down, and Omniscient also gets A. All right, the B site is taken. They just don't have the bomb. They have to go and recover that. The smoke will guise it off, and they throw another smoke just for good measure. So at the very least, they're coming out of this with a bomb plant, maybe more.
There's a good moral there, folks. Remember, never spam your full clip unless you got a teammate to cover you. Always keep like 6 bullets in reserve just to not get run down with the Tech 9. It happens. It happens. There was a teammate. He maybe thought he was covered. Wasn't quite close enough. Now they're going to go for the retake. Jason will be laid low. He's been the monster for this squad. Cryptic, they're able to find one more, but it's just Beaky with a Tech 9. Oh, good shots from Beaky, but he cannot find the last. There's time enough for the defuse. Umar has clutched this out. Still, that was a Tech 9 round, John. Not a bad result.
No, not at all. I mean, you get 4 players fragged on the Limitless side. Bomb plant comes through. Additional $800 secured. And of course, like you said, only Tech 9s bought up in the round. Here come the AKs across the board now in full utility off of that impressive round. And Limitless are going to rock back into it with 3 A1Ss and the op. And their economy is actually looking pretty good as well, because I think we go back to, I think it was round number 4 or 5 when they decided to save and not go for the hunt and lose more bodies, which is important.
They know their investment strategies, man.
Yeah.
Let your money make money with Limitless. Umar dead early, op down and out of play. We started to see it have impact in that last round. A couple nice picks from Umar. Now they're not going to have it here. Not going to be available. Little nade exchange, game of catch. The man I always want to watch. The man whose location I need to know is where's Jason. He's over by the graveyard. Oh, and he is down for the count. Okay, JT has killed the monster. I was just about to build up a whole, Friday the 13th Jason storyline thing. Was that is that the franchise that
Yes,
Jason's
I think
from?
so.
Okay. Hockey mask, machete, out of a lake. And then he gets shot in the head. Imagine if that's the way the horror movie went. They're building up. You've got all the exposition shots, him watching the campers or whatever. Then he makes his first appearance and just bam, done. Movie's over. Go home, kids. Don't think it would have sold as many tickets. Or maybe it would have sold more.
I don't know.
Can I tell you my secret? If I ever and I never will, but if I ever got into a position where I was a very powerful executive producer in Hollywood, the movie that I want to make is I want a movie that's like a classic, feel good, schlocky, heartstrings playing romantic comedy. Just like very straightforward. All the, you're not trying to be too complicated. You're hitting all the cliches, all the beats, the mute cute, all the cute meat, all this stuff, meet cute, however you want to call it, all the things. And then right before the conclusion, right when they, the characters realize they actually love each other and they start running to meet each other or whatever, just some catastrophic event happens. I mean, like a plane crash hits them, or someone gets hit by a car, or like the elevator collapses, and just that's how you end. You just pan out from that catastrophe. One of the characters go just tragedy, and then you just cut to credits.
Mike, who hurt you?
It's just I would just want to film the audience reaction.
I guess
everything's just flowing, everyone's happy, and then just completely subvert expectations.
I mean, it would be interesting as perhaps some sort of study. I don't know if you want to.
I think it'd be hilarious.
Wow. Well, I mean, Cryptic is going to get the opener here. We're on into round number 9. Eros securing that previous one, of course, as well. Oh, Umar, nice Molotov. Omniscient standing right there. Didn't have much health, and he goes down. Now, Jason, there he is once more. Over at balcony, gets one, only one. I should say porch. JT will trade him out. Umar finds a response, and it's Limitless this time to try and close it out. Beaky, wow. We talked about him earlier on, how he can be a difference maker on this squad, and he drops Umar, looking to get a second one, isolate the 1v1s. There it is. No peek coming through from A. He's trying to play the patient game, but it's not the right move. Bomb getting it planted. Beaky comes out, and, well, it ends up being the right move at the end of the day. A will get the headshot on Beaky, wow, and that will be the round for Limitless.
the madness to just sprint away, back turn, go for the smoke, not, tuck into the corner and plant safe. Just run into the edge of your smoke and trust it. Whew. Didn't work out, but I mean, it worked out to get a bomb plant. It's not a bad result for sure. But Limitless have clawed this back within one. This Jason guy is wild, John. I mean, his crosshair placement just always feels like he's ready for that next fight, that next peak, that next engagement to come through.
Absolutely. It's very impressive indeed. And I think that he's really stepped up his game from last season in particular. So curious to follow him as this match goes on. And of course, I just want to mention the other thing that was surprising for me in that round is the fact that, who was it at the end? A didn't peek out of Library. One, the sprint was surprising, and two, not re-peeking it after you hear the player backing off. So, all right. Either way, Limitless do come out with that round victory, and Eros are going to try and strike back once more. It's been pretty back and forth since Eros had that 4-1 lead, Mike.
Umar about to have a pick. He's got the corner held. He's got the corner. He's going back in for it. Oh, they're not looking. They're not looking. He's found the gap. He's found the timing. The trade is there, but so is Jason. Always Jason. Mr. Reliable over here on the A site. They have taken arch control, but Jason's kept the numbers up. He's pretty isolated. But does he need teammates? It's a one-man wrecking crew. Oh, they're going to come through. The snap through from Cryptic. 1-2. Can't find the third. But he has done the damage, and Beaky once again is going to attempt a clutch. He's gone through the smoke. He gets 2 kills. He comes back. And he's going to chill. Oh my gosh, I love the play. Does Jason have any idea that Beaky's in this corner? He didn't spot him. He doesn't have the information. Beaky's going to let some time run off the clock, see if someone comes looking. See if... Oh, the timing. See if he's going to get the information. Jason's going to start the rotate. Jason doesn't know where this guy is. For all he knows, he found the time to slip back into mid. They don't know. I'm surprised A is still trusting this so much. They're not wary of Banana. It's the old look back, look back. It's all going to come down to the timing here for Jason. What's his read?
Oh my goodness.
What's his read? Oh, the smoke's going to confirm it. Now he knows. And Beaky once again is going to go for the smoke plant. The spam doesn't find him. That'll give Beaky a chance to maneuver. Oh, they're going to think he's on site. He's not. Better get that knife away. Oh, not punished. Not punished, but there's a player in his back, and he's not going to be able to pull in this shot. So many ways that could have gone wrong. And it did indeed eventually come back to bite him. Pulling your knife out in a 1v2 where you don't even know where the second player is bold, to say the least.
I think Nerve's getting to Beaky a little bit there. He couldn't really settle himself down enough to find the frag. In fact, he had the advantage going for that fight, but just, not in the right headspace to clutch that one out. So we're tied up again, 5-5, and Eros are going to be looking to strike back here. Limitless walking in with 3 A1Ss, the AK in Cryptic's hands now. And Umar with the op. Look at that. JT charging right through the Molotov and finding the A1S of Jason, who gets himself another multi-kill round, Mike. He's up to 13 frags and gives his team the quick 5v3 edge. And you see Eros immediately falling off that A site, which has been very up and down for them.
I mean, you would think after that, just what Jason's been doing in general, you'd be very nervous about testing that fight. Didn't keep trying it. And he's going to keep knocking it right out of the park. 13-5. Golly. I will say, well, I may say it later because it seems like this execute's going to come through and there's no one on the site. There's no one on the site. They're going to go for a late flower pots boost, and that's all they're going to have in terms of presence. Is someone going to check it? Omniscient kind of does, but the spam back through, no one connects. They've lost the site. This bomb's going down. And a 3v5 isn't ideal, but it is defensible. That nade does very little. Oh, but that shot does much better. Well done for Consti. Critical kill to get them back into this round. You're going to need a hero performance from either Beaky or Shutout. And Shutout's going to try to do exactly as his name suggests, but it's just not going to happen. 1 kill, not enough here. And that bomb is getting defused, and it's another round in the pocket for Limitless. They are cruising here, John.
Yeah, I mean, like we mentioned, they were up down 4-0 at one point, and then ended up winning one. And since that point, it's been a 6-1 run on the Limitless side. And a player that we didn't actually get a chance to talk to too much in the pregame is Consti, who just woke up for a couple of quick frags for himself. And he's actually their top frag, Mike, this season, as I mentioned a little bit earlier. 101 frags and a 89.3 ADR. Last time he played was season 37 with Secret Club. Didn't play at all last season. Fell off the radar.
It was quiet so far in this game, but good time to wake up. Good time to do it. That's one of those swing round potentials, right? You know, it's really set up Limitless to have a lot of potential here at the end of the CT half. Limitless potential, one might say.
Oh my goodness. Oh God, Mike.
Little nade stacking. Not very effective nade stacking. HEs, man, have not... Oh! On cue! On cue! I was just about to say they have not gotten much of anything this game, but holy cow, damage done, and A will follow some of it up. There's a gap in the cross smoke. Oh, there's a gap in the cross smoke. You can't do that. You can't do that at this level of play. You will be punished for it every time, and now they have to re-smoke it. And the bomb goes forward to fight past coffins. Play yakety sacks, John. Cue the yakety sacks, because this is turning into a clown fiesta. Eros falling apart on this take. Too many errors. They're not going to be able to recover this. The flash goes too deep. It doesn't connect with the player on the right side of the door. So now that's another kill given up for free. And while Shutout will do some damage here, take down Umar, drop the big green. He's going to need an absolute blessing from the heavens to be able to recover this round. And he's only got 20 seconds to try.
Oh. Now 15, and it doesn't really look like he wants to anything really to do with that bomb. Might go out and hunt some frags, and well, he hunts his own death as Jason takes him down.
No mercy.
Finds his 14th frag of the match. 7-5 for Limitless, and another timeout being called here.
I don't remember the last time Jason died. It's nuts. This guy is insane.
It's been a while.
This guy is insane. 14-5. 14-5. Ay.
He's almost he's double up on Umar, but I is a little closer. A is a little closer at 9 frags. Yeah, but it's been quite a game for him. Again, up against their ex-org, so maybe a bone to pick. And they wanted to strike back, and they have indeed in this first half.
Look, man, maybe most of the players have a bone to pick. I think Jason's got a whole skeleton.
Oh, Mike.
Into round 13. Again, we just go to the pistols. We did have a very successful Tech 9 round, right? They didn't win it, but it came down to a 1v1 with a bomb down. So it wasn't the worst thing in the world for Eros. That's the kind of round that could crack their way if you run it enough times. See what they do early.
Yeah, I mean, I talked about it earlier, Mike, but struggles on Inferno have been very real for Limitless. They did win against Chococheck 16-12, but prior to that, lost to Triumph 8-16. And as mentioned, 4-10 over the last 3 months. So they're actually performing quite well for themselves. And there's Cryptic with 2, almost a third coming through, but Shadow finally gets him. And then Beaky finds Umar. So the pistol's doing a little bit of damage. Now Shadow will go down, and that will be that. So nothing doing at all on that eco round for Eros. And Limitless have secured a lead heading into the second half.
Wow. All right, Jason. 3 kills in that one to make his total even more ridiculous. You know, it's as many kills as the next 2 players on his scoreboard put together. Bonkers. Bonkers, I say. Actually absurd. Oh, a lot of utility here in towards Banana. Beaky is burning. Beaky can't get away. He was trying to find safe haven. There was none to be found. He'll burn alive. Unable to escape. No smoke close at hand to provide him harbor. Oh, no. And that's their most impactful player to this point, right? It's been Beaky who's been trying to pull off these clutches and getting close at times. And now he's been vaporized right off the jump.
Maybe Shutout can make some noise here. Smoke will bloom in front of his face as Umar connects on Fresh. He was trying to gain some space towards A. Oh, man. Eros not able to find much of anything before at the early goings of this half. The B site was pretty free and clear for the take, and they were dominant there. But since that point, Limitless battening down the hatches on both A and B. Jason, of course, integral on that A hold. And over on B, it's been a mix of players, but A has the one who stepped up a little bit more as of late with 10 frags there. Oh, JT Mythic has a little bit of space gained here.
I don't mind this. He's past the... Oh, don't spread, don't spread, don't spread, don't spread, don't spread. It's not going to spread. JT survives up by the hay card. He's going to try and overwhelm. He can't get the shot. They burned Jason. They burned the absolute monster of this half. And now, well, it's a 2v3. This is their best chance in a very long time. Didn't leave themselves a lot of time to spare, but it was enough. Umar trying to reel some shots through this box. Oh, nearly gets caught there. Gotta be careful. Need to remind him of the risks. But it seems these two players are wrapping lane that need to do the damage, right? Umar's here to draw focus as much as anything else. And then Consti is the tip of the spear. Consti, that spear's been blunted. But it's a 1v1. They know where they are. Mission keeps the shot. He's got it. Oh, wild spray, but a headshot found, and Eros find at the very least a 6th.
Oh my goodness, Omniscient. What a play for him. Nice little flick. Like you said, at the very least, Eros find a 6, but Omniscient, he's shown flashes of brilliance throughout his career in advance. Last season, no exception. He dropped 278 frags in the regular season, had an ADR of 89.2, and 23 3-kill plus rounds, including 4 4Ks. And he's got at least a 3K added for himself now in Premier Season 39. Utility battle underway once more here towards Banana. And this time it's not yielding very much of anything. Consti does go down to 71, eats that nade. Omniscient peeking around the corner, and he will get the opening frag for his squad.
Just a dry peek. He wins the fight. How does he win the fight, man? I just dry peeks the angle and he comes away with the scalp. I mean, that is... Shouldn't get away with that most of the time. Shouldn't do. But he does here, and it's a big kill to find for them. So, hey, why not? Jason could trade it. Oh, you feel like he's going to, right? He's so lasered in on this position. It's because he's got a player watching mid that he can trust it, but JT's just on the other side, so timing can be everything here. I think he'd actually be at... I want to say he'd be ahead of a halt pop with his exact positioning. Yeah, he is indeed. The flashbang doesn't catch him, but he only gets one. The fast play catching him on the pace. And now they've got an advantage with a chance to plant this bomb and control of the pit. Don't love the fact that the Opper's the one who needs to plant here so that he can't play the pit, but that's okay. It's the last round, so obviously you're not going to save, which makes me think A, crashed.
Yeah.
I think that's a crash. Yep, okay, so that is going to presumably leave Cryptic to play this as a clutch. Yep, there's the DC. Gonna happen. Really unfortunate timing there. It means that Limitless will have a slim lead as we head into the half, and as we work on getting A back into the server, we'll take a quick little break here.
Making mistakes. We're 17 and we're not afraid. They say that we're too young. Can we go back? Can we go back? Won't fall apart, don't let my heart break. Can we go back? Can we go back? Like we're 17 and we're not afraid. They tell us that we're wrong, we might be. This life, it isn't long enough to feel. My love for you is strong, I'm fighting you and I know that we're not sober, but shut up and pull me closer, yeah. closer, yeah. Holding me still too far away. Even when we're older, I promise that I'll still hold you like we're 17 and we're not afraid of making mistakes.
Carpe diem, I know I got only one life. Don't wanna spend it.
And we're back on in. We're back on in an 8-7.5. Unfortunately, time DC right there at the shale on end. But that's close as close can be, despite some ridiculous play, I would say, for this this Limitless roster there, John. It felt like they were going to end up dominant, only for Eros to claw it back at the half.
Yeah, I mean, unfortunate there at the end for Limitless, of course, losing because of a disconnect issue or something. He was stuck throwing a nade, and it obviously was never thrown. But yeah, anyway, they were very strong to come back from that early deficit and make it as close as it is, even though we all thought that it was going to end up being 10-5, given the way that they were playing.
I mean, I think it comes to one man, right? Jason had a bonkers first half. That guy was just an immovable object in the pit. It always kills me that they did these fly-throughs when the Ghost Chicken update was going on. I love that Ghost Chicken on Inferno. He kind of looks like a plastic bag just sort of blowing around there in the streets. But no, it really was up to Jason, who was really a difference maker. I mean, at one point in time, I think he was the only positive player on his side, and he was ridiculous.
Yeah.
So he propelled them back into this, gave them even a lead coming into the half, and now it's really anyone's game, John. But the question is, will that performance translate? He was a ridiculous anchor for them playing in towards the pit. Now they might need him to be the fragging prowess to open up some sights.
Well, they've had Consti for that, over the last two BO3s. He's been their top frag both times, 55 frags against Chocochek and 46 against Triumph. Not to mention, on Inferno, against both Chocochek and Triumph, he was at the top as well with 28 frags against Chocochek in a 16-12 win and 24 against Triumph in that 8-16 loss. So we haven't seen much from him yet. You have to imagine that his T side could be the bread and butter.
You'd like it to be, right? Because he has gone quiet. And he could be a major difference maker for them. But we'll see. Over on the other side, I would say Beaky had some very nice almosts. Maybe if one more of those goes his way, you're seeing a very different scoreline here, but he did give himself a lot of opportunities to win rounds, right? There's also some signs of concern, though, for this Eros roster. I mean, just silly things, right? Missed smokes, bold plays, forgetting things, not necessarily clearing as deep as they should on some stuff. Just the a million little mistakes that when they add up paint a very exploitable picture.
Well, we also have to kind of give them look at their roster, right? It changed a lot in terms of experience.
Sure.
They went from a relatively veteran roster, I would say, to a very inexperienced and young roster, at least in terms of, experience, I should say, because young, Shadow and Omniscient are into their almost mid-20s. So.
That's young. What are you saying, John?
I guess.
So young. Everyone knows 40 is the new 20. We're youthful.
Sure.
Especially in esports years. Everyone knows that, clearly. But seriously, though, it is the kind of thing where, yes, I agree with you. It's a young roster. It's a newly remade roster. But you need to be looking at those if you're Eros, and you need to be very self-critical. And you need to pay pro with their mistakes, because maybe you can get away with them in some rounds here against Limitless. You're matched up against a Party Astronauts, you're matched up against a Bad News Bears. You're not going to be able to get away with those.
Oh, no, absolutely not. There's no question, right? But I mean, honestly, we'll have to wait and see once they get up against those teams. And maybe by the time they play the Bad News Bears, they'll be able to, kind of deal with or correct these mistakes, Mike.
Unfortunately, it seems like we're having a little bit more trouble getting a player on back into the server. So we're just going to take a quick little break here, folks, and be right back as soon as the action starts.
faster than you. Just faster than you.
Glasses on, my hoodie's right. Break the door, give me side eyes. Are you feeling yours? Cause I'm feeling mine. Slide back to the future, got my own time. It's sniffing dope to feel right. Got my own high, don't need no lines. Sneaky bitches never ever acting so nice. Alright. You can tell me nothing. Come back when you got something to say. Just put the fire in my bed. Take a seat in the back, yeah. You can tell me nothing. Come back when you got something to say. Just put the fire in my bed. Take a seat in the back, yeah. Alright, hot damn. Not worrying about man's got a plan. It's not really about the dough, got a time frame. Matter of fact, about to blow up the Hall of Fame. So good, hell, I'm all fine. Got a sweet little ooh, and it's all mine. My shoe games, class high, hear it all the time. You can tell me nothing. Come back when you got something to say. Just put the fire in my bed. I'ma go get 'em. No time looking back, every day gotta do better. I'ma go get 'em. Blow the roof off for I really want to see, now go tell 'em. About to touch the sky, no helmet. Preparing myself on top, no weapons. On my own, I stop caring. Cause they keep telling me you can tell me nothing. Come back when you got something to say. Just put the fire in my bed. Take a seat in the back, yeah. You can tell me nothing. Come back when you got something to say. Just put the fire in my bed. Take a seat in the back, yeah.
Oh, I see the signs and I see we're there. And I feel the lies and I feel the same. Forever who we are. No matter if we're cast away. A fire in the dark. I know that you won't be where we know we're again. We're stuck in your car on a Friday night, and we laugh away stuff we try not to talk about. Still your smile keep on heating up the climate, and all the blood to my cheeks are rushing out, yeah, yeah. And by accident, you're getting closer. Oh, can you tell me something, tell me something? Is it a wild shot of letting you know that you're the topic of all of my thoughts, yeah. 'Cause I'm so sick of this friend zone. Whatever it is, it just feels so real. And your eyes keep on talking in the silence, and all the blood to my cheeks are rushing now, yeah, yeah. And I'm hoping you are getting closer. Oh, can you tell me something, tell me something? Is it a wild shot of letting you know that you're the topic of all of my thoughts, yeah. And that I'm sick of this friend zone. Well, can you tell me something, tell me something? Well, can you tell me something, tell me something? Well, can you tell me something, tell me something? 'Cause I'm so sick of this friend zone.
Yeah, I see no signals, no signs. Girl, you be tripping, no lies, nah. You said je ne sais pas. I flew in all the way for this. I'm not here to waste your time. I just came to give you vibes, you changed a bit. Girl, you mad teasing. I don't mind leaving, just let me know. She told me take it easy. Hey, yeah. I just came here to make y'all feel good. You know what the message is. Suddenly you're with me now. You know what the message is. I be running wild for you, babe. You know what the message is. I don't have no patience. Ain't no conversation. Suddenly you're with me now. You know what the message is. I be running wild for you, babe. You know what the message is. I don't have no patience. Ain't no conversation. used to be cold. Wanna be honest, you should know. I just came here to make y'all feel good. You know what the message is. Suddenly you with me now. You know what the message is. I be running wild, wild for you, babe. You know what the message is. I don't have no patience. Ain't no conversation.
Chiqui, escucha loco, siéntate y relájate un poco, que en esta vida el tiempo es loco, puedes perder momentos preciosos y sepas que cuando pides ayuda yo me levanto, todo lo que tengo lo comparto, y aunque me sienta triste yo canto, ay canto, vive una vida llena de personas que te quieran, que te respeten de veras y que lloren cuando mueras. Deja de mirar la acera y levanta la cabeza, sigue pa'lante y no temas, resolverás los problemas. Ay mamá, si una cosa no te gusta, cámbiala, si la situación te asusta, enfréntala, si la vida es injusta, tú grita, deja de callar, escucha, si la alegría te abraza, acéptala, si la suerte no te roza, búscala, nunca te prives de la felicidad, de tu libertad. De tu libertad. De tu libertad. Tengo la fuerza, vivir no me espanta. Si me conoces sabe bien que no soy santa. No me privo de lo que me encanta. Si no hay razones para que lo haga, no. Me gustan los problemas, sabe que yo ando como quiera, no digo que no. Yo soy a mi manera, no me arrepiento. Escucha mi consejo, mi amigo. Vive una vida llena de personas que te quieran, que te respeten de veras y que lloren cuando mueras. Deja de mirar la acera y levanta la cabeza, sigue pa'lante y no temas, resolverás los problemas. Ay mamá, si una cosa no te gusta, cámbiala, si la situación te asusta, enfréntala, si la vida es injusta, tú grita, deja de callar, escucha, si la alegría te abraza, acéptala, si la suerte no te roza, búscala, nunca te prives de la felicidad, de tu libertad. De tu libertad. A second night, an hour ago, so I am still awake. I've said I love you so many times, but the meaning is starting to fade. You and I are past our prime, but I don't wanna let go today. So I'll put on a smile, push feelings aside, bite my tongue and pretend we're okay. The feeling just can't seem to go away. 'Cause I'm too in love with love to let go, yeah. I'm overwhelmed by the smell of your great sweat. My mind and my heart tear each other apart when they're supposed to work together. No, I'm too in love with love to let go, I'm here trying to think of you with somebody else. But that creeping thought is slowly helping me hate myself. No, you and I are past our prime, but I don't wanna let go today. So I'll put on a smile, push feelings aside, bite my tongue and pretend we're okay. But the feeling just can't seem to go away. 'Cause I'm too in love with love to let go, yeah. I'm overwhelmed by the smell of your great sweat. My mind and my heart tear each other apart when they're supposed to work together. No, I'm too in love with love to let go, yeah. Too in love with love to let go, yeah. Too in love with love to let go, yeah. My mind and my heart tear each other apart when they're supposed to work together. No, I'm too in love with love to let go, yeah.
She doesn't have the time, always talks about all the other guys. Will I ever understand? Without her, it's not fair, I need you back. No more crying at the end, I'll do it again. I told you I was lonely and I think it out my head. Even when I told you I loved you, I hope I do. No, I do.
I was in the field, realized I could make it. Sacrificed all my time towards greatness. Been alone in the dark, isolated. And my dreaming isn't real, what separates me?